Man, look at this crap. We're gonna put the hammer test on it and see how much of it falls out the bottom. Then we'll tighten it up and keep it going. All right, guys. The goal here is to put those crossbars in. Let me show you. Here, this one, we're gonna go ahead and cut it down, and we're gonna bring it all the way up here, and then we're gonna tie it into here. Now, if you look closely, these brackets that hold the control arms, they're welded on the side of that pipe. They're gone, they're shot. I'm gonna get screwed here. I'm gonna have to weld this. But in the meantime, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut and trim all this out, clean it up a little bit. And again, I'm not trying to turn this thing into an ongoing full-on restoration, because at the end of the day, if it ain't worth it, it ain't worth it, you know? When you go above and beyond on a piece of shit, it ain't worth it. So got to make sure that you're worth it. I mean, you're starting with something that's worth some money. That's a different story. But now we're just going to go ahead and patch this thing up and get it going and see if we can get it usable. So today we're going to try to trim this out, get all this out of here, do it on both sides, run the pipes. Maybe I'll put a couple of bolts to secure it, get it set up, and then try to clean this up under here a little bit, and go ahead and hit it up with a little bit of Osvo, hit it up with a little bit of Eastwoods, and just get it a little more sorted, you know. Go from there. Hammer time. Oh man, I gotta tell you, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that thing held up the way it did. I thought for sure I'd smack it with a hammer and the whole damn thing would fall apart in pieces. That ain't bad. Let's go ahead and clean that up, see what we got. Give it a little wild brush action, give it a little paint. And either way, the pipe I did get for this project is actually smaller. I undersized the pipe, but I went with about 3 times the thickness. I'm using like a plumbing pipe. And what we're gonna do is we're not gonna sleeve it per se from the outside. We're gonna sleeve it from the inside. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna trim it up, and we're gonna slide the pipe inside of it to go ahead and give it more support, which is great. Now I can sleeve it in. That'll give it the support. We can leave some of that rusty crap, try to clean it up, support it. I think we're better off that way. You know, I'm very leery about welding on that, because I get the feeling that once I start grinding down and get good metal to weld on it, there ain't gonna be nothing left. And you know, it's gonna be like popcorn down there. It's gonna kind of suck. You know, it's very hard to weld on rust. Not a good idea. So, you know, at least if we get the pipe secured in there, now the welds are more for retainment purposes versus for hard support. Because again, you know, welding on metal sucks when it's rusted. It's not a good idea. So we'll go ahead and get on with that now. So here's the pipe I bought, and if you look closely after I cut it, we're gonna go ahead and put it in here, and it's gonna sleeve. It'll sleeve down in there, and I'm gonna try to bang it in, and hopefully that'll do it. But that's where we're at. Here's part. That pipe's a lot thicker than the regular. It's 1 inch, but it'll fit inside, so that's a good thing. So here we go. boy, that's a whole lot of rust.
Almost.
Well, that's looking pretty good. It's just not lined up. It's not lined up because unfortunately the push bar in the front is pulled out. See it? Well, I figure we'll get the other side done. I'll fight, get that other side done. Man, what a pain in the ass that was. Just beating on it. Finally, I got just about 95% in that I wanted to get in, so that's a good thing. And I'm gonna cut and trim, get it ready to go, and try to get it all lined up. I figure the next challenge after I get that other pipe in there is to figure out how to bring that push bar down so that we can get all lined up. I mean, you can't even weld it or do anything unless you get all that done, right? So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it, you know. The damn hammer's heavy, man. I'm gonna lie to you. Yeah, it's still heavy. Yeah, man. All right. Yep. Well, we got the pipes in and we're on to our next hurdle. They look pretty good, but when you see in this area, you see the gap, that's a problem. When you look at it from the side, they look like they're kicked forward. Next thing's got to be done is we got to figure out how to line that front end up. I get the feeling that when it got pulled from the front, it pulled it up and out, so I got to figure out how to get it back in there.